Morning everyone. Today we are going to learn this poem, The Flower School, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is a worldwide well-known popular poet and who was the first Nobel Prize winner also in the field of literature in 1912. So Rabindranath Tagore is very famous poet from India, and he is famous for his mystic poems. Mystic poems means the poems of a high level values of something which is related to nature and which is related to the absolute human being. So the flower school is also the poem. This poem is also described about the child's feeling. How does he feel when he sees the flower blooming up in the rainy season? So here you can see the text of this poem, The Flower is Full. So first of all, before reading the going ahead with the poem, let us know some main characteristics of this poem, which is generally used in every poem. You should know the figure of speech that is used to make any poem more effective and more impressive. So first of all, let us know some more figure of speech. So here are some figure of speech that you should know. The number one is simile. Simile is a kind of figure of speech which represent one thing in relation with the other thing, and it use the words like or as. When we compare two things using the word like, conjunction like and as, that time in a poem it is called a simile. Like just like you can see the example, the child's face was like a moon. So in this expression here is a simile. The figure of speech is a simile here because here we are comparing two things, moon with the child's face, or child's face we are comparing with the moon. But we are comparing it using the word directly. So it is a simile here. Next figure of speech we generally use is metaphor. Simile and metaphor are closely related. In simile, we compare two things using the words like or as, but in metaphor, we do not we compare, but we put directly one thing into other thing. Like the simile has the example, the child's face was like a moon. But if we use metaphor in it, we will put moon directly into the child's face, like the moon face of child. Here we have used metaphor as we are not comparing now, we have directly put the word moon, the characteristic moon, into the child's face. So this is called metaphor, जहाँ हम डायरेक्ट एक चीज को कंपैरिजन ना करके डायरेक्टली उसके प्लेस पर रख दें, because both are having the same qualities. So we do not compare here in this metaphor figure of speech, but we directly put one thing into other thing just because of the similarity in both. Next is personification. Personification is something when we involve a non-human thing as a human being. हम जब कभी नॉन ह्यूमन थिंग्स को एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह एक्ट कराते हैं या एक्सप्रेस कराते हैं, दैट टाइम इट इज कॉल्ड पर्सनिफिकेशन फिगर ऑफ स्पीच. See the example over here. The leaves were making a sound, sweet sound. So now here we know leaves are not a human being, living being or human one. So how can make sounds? How can they sing? But still here in a poetic expression we are using personification, and that's why we are using here the leaves were making a sweet sound. It leaves को human being नहीं है, but हम उन्हें act ऐसे करा रहे हैं कि वो एक sweet sound create कर रही है, sweet sound गा रही है. So here we have personified leaves into the human being. तो जब कभी भी हम non living things को personified कर देते हैं, so that type it is called personification. So next is imagery. Imagery is a figure of speech which sensitize our physical senses, like the senses of hearing, the senses of visual. These are the senses of touch, the senses of taste. So such words, there are some words, कुछ words हम ऐसे यूज करते हैं जो हमारे इन सेंसेस को डायरेक्टली हिट करता है व्हेन वी रीड इट देम आउट। हम जब उन्हें पढ़ते हैं तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि वी आर रियली sensitizing that things. So that time in that expressions we usually find imaginary figure of speech. So these are the basic figure of speech you must know before reading this poem. So now let us move ahead and first of all listen the poem recitation for this video. So I hope you must have enjoyed the poem. Now let us do some explanation. Let us understand the poem more deeply. So you can see here the good poem, the bamboo, the flower school. When the storm clouds rumble in the sky and June showers come down, the moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. So here the poet through a child, poetry में एक child के through explain कर imagine कर रहे हैं that about the flowers के बारे में, and the child is saying when rumble in the sky, जब ये storm clouds काले काले बादल rumble करते हैं sky में, they roll down in the sky and June shower comes down, and the shower means here the rainfall. So when the June shower comes down, the moist east wind comes marching over the heat to blow its bagpipe among the bamboos. तो ये जो ईस्ट विंड चलती है that is moist in its nature, they comes like the marching over to the heath place. Heath is the open place. They come to the open place march. So here you can see the personification, because the wind is personified who is marching over, who is walking. Wind is walking. So wind is not a human being, but still the poet has used here it as a personified thing. So personification you find in this expression. The wind comes marching over. The personificator of the speech is used here. So moist east वो आ रही है to blow its bagpipe and among the bamboos. ये जो bamboos के बड़े बड़े जंगल हैं इनमें अपने को अपना bagpipe means figure an instrument, musical instrument होता है वो बजाने के लिए. So do you think the wind is a human being who can play an instrument? But still नहीं नहीं है. ह्यूमन विंड कोई ह्यूमन बीइंग नहीं है जो उसको किसी इंस्ट्रूमेंट को प्ले कर सके, बट यहाँ पर पोएट ने उसको उनको ऐसे एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग डिस्क्राइब किया है. सो पर्सनिफिकेशन इज देयर. So let's move ahead. Then crowds of flowers. Again here is the personification. Crowds of flowers come out of sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in wild glee. Mother, I really think the flowers go to school underground. So here the child ने कि ये जो flowers हैं doing, they must have been doing it under the ground, what they are having there. So he thinks they must have been in the school underground. They must have their schools underground. That's why they only come on a certain time out. As the school going students have their certain times to come out of the school, and till the time they have to be inside the school. Likewise, these flowers, the crowds of flowers, these many flowers remain underground so that they can study in their schools. यहाँ पर बच्चा imagine compare कर रहा है कि flowers are just like the children, school going children, और जैसे स्कूल गोइंग चिल्ड्रन छुट्टी होने पर ही बाहर निकल जाते हैं, ऐसे ही ये फ्लावर्स भी जब रेनफॉल होता है, पर्टिकुलर टाइम आता है, तभी बाहर निकलते हैं. सो क्राउड्स ऑफ फ्लावर्स इज द पर्सनिफिकेशन, बिकॉज क्राउड जो वर्ड है दैट इज यूज्ड फॉर द ह्यूमन बीइंग, अ ग्रुप ऑफ ह्यूमन. बट यहाँ पर पोएट ने इसको फ्लावर्स के लिए यूज किया, सो इट इज अगेन द पर्सनिफिकेशन. एंड डांस अपॉन द ग्रास, flowers dance upon the grass. So flowers are not the human being who can dance, but still the poet has used here again the personification. He personified the flowers as the human being who are dancing on the grass when they comes out of the ground. Whether I really think the flowers go to school and not. तो यहाँ पर poet जो बच्चा है वो imagine कर रहे थे, he is imagining कि definitely underground in the school होगा where he has been captured for their lessons. वो अपने lessons के लिए वहाँ पे जहाँ पर इनको capture करके रखा जाता होगा. जैसे you normally बच्चे सोचते हैं, they do their lessons and with doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, their master makes them stand in a corner. So he is extending his imagination, और वो कहता है कि जब भी बच्चे हो सकता है when this children wants to come out, their masters, their teachers must have give them the punishment because they have not completed their lessons, और वो वहाँ पर अपने पढ़ाई करते हैं, करते होंगे शायद, और जब भी वो बाहर आना चाहते होंगे तो शायद उनके भी टीचर्स लाइक आर माय टीचर keep me standing in the corner when I do not complete the work and when I try to come out of this class unnecessarily. So likewise, these class teachers must be doing same way. When the rain comes, they have their holidays. Branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle wild wind. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. So here the child is comparing totally with himself with the flowers, and he says कि as when there comes holidays, जैसे हम बच्चों की holidays पड़ती है, summer vacations start होती है, they start dancing in the joy. Same way, the nature when the rain comes, so that rainy season is the holidays for them. So when the rain comes, the branches clash together in the happiness. The leaves start rustling. The leaves the sounds create करने लगते हैं. They create this melodious music. So the wind, wild wind, जो ये तेज हवाएं हैं, the thunder clouds, they clap their giant hands. वो जो clouds हैं, stormy clouds हैं, thunder, black clouds हैं, they make sound, big sound as the giants are clapping their hands. जैसे कि एक कोई giant अपने hands clap करता है, so everything is showing the happiness as the holidays starts. So यहाँ पर poet and the child both are referring the rainy season as the holidays, because as the holidays gives joys to children, same way the rainy season gives joy to the flowers and they start blooming. And flower children, now here you can see the direct metaphor where the poet has put flower directly as the children. So in this expression there is metaphor. So poet says flower children also rush out in dresses of pink, yellow, and white, in wearing different colors of dresses. In when their holidays starts, students start the flowers start coming out. So do you know, mother, their home is in the sky where the stars are. So now the child is asking कि mother, do you know कि इनका घर कहाँ होता होगा? Because underground is their school. So where are their I've not seen you how eager they are get there. क्या आप नहीं देख रहे हो कि कितनी रशली दे how they are eager, कितना जल्दी से वो अपने घर पहुंचना चाहते हैं. Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Do you know why they are rushing out? उतनी hurry में क्यों है? Why they are making such a hurry? Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mothers, as I have my own. So now the child is comparing himself with these child flowers, or we can say the child is comparing flowers with himself because he says कि I know why they are making such a hurry. मैं जानता हूँ वो इतनी हरी क्यों कर रहे हैं. Why they are in a rush. वो इतनी जल्दी क्यों भाग रहे हैं, क्यों दौड़ रहे हैं. Because they must have their home in the sky. इनका घर इनकी sky में इनका घर है. Where their mother is waiting, spreading their arms to hug their children. As my mother waits for me to be home to hug me when I come back from the school, same way these flowers must have their mothers in the sky home who are waiting for them to hug their children. So in this way, the poet is explaining and describing a very imaginative and beautiful description of the child and the imagination of a child and the description of the nature, how it is expanding itself in different season. I hope you will understood it well. You will exercise it well. You will understood all the speech used in this poem. Repeat it, sing it, and recite it at your home.